Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hari Krishna. Welcome back to another Bhagavad-gita class led by me, host Prahlad, and today we're doing Gita 4.2. Let's get straight into it. There we go. Yadṛcchā-lābha-santuṣṭo dvandvātīto vimatsaraḥ samaḥ siddhāv asiddhau cha kṛtvāpi na nibadhyate nibadhyate yadṛcchā out of his own accord, labha gain, santuṣṭaḥ satisfied, dvandva duality, atītaḥ surpassed, vimatsaraḥ free from envy, samaḥ steady, siddhau in success, asiddhau failure, cha also, kṛtvā doing, api also, na never, nibadhyate is affected. He who is satisfied with gain which comes from its own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy, who is steady both in success and failure, is never entangled, although performing actions. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A Krishna-conscious person does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. He is satisfied with gains which are obtained of their own accord. He neither begs nor borrows, but he labors honesty as far as in his power, and is satisfied with whatever is obtained by his own honest labor. He is therefore independent in his livelihood. He does not allow anyone's service to hamper his own service in Krishna consciousness. However, for the service of the Lord, he can participate in any kind of action without being disturbed by the duality of the material world. The duality of the material world is felt in terms of heat and cold, of misery and happiness. A Krishna conscious person is above duality because he does not hesitate to act in any way for the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, he is steady in both success and in failure. These signs are visible when one is fully in transcendental knowledge. Okay, that was a short one. Looking at the differences, who is steady both in success and failure. In the original, it has been changed to who is steady in both success and failure. Wait. Who is steady both in success and failure has been changed to who is steady. Who is steady both in success and failure. Who is steady in both success and failure. I think I read that wrong a few times. But yeah, they've changed the position of in both. Doesn't say anything here. See what the original manuscript says. Both in success and failure. Interesting. I wonder if that's who is steady in both success and failure. Both in success and failure. I don't think that changes the meaning at all. Yeah, I'm just not sure which one is grammatically correct. I think in both success and failure is more grammatically correct than both in success and failure. But anyway, the change didn't really need to be made. Yeah, it do anything. So the next change, he is therefore independent in his livelihood, has been changed to he is therefore independent in his livelihood, but instead of an A, there is an E. Does it mean the same thing? Let's see. Independent, free from outside control, nor subject to another authority. Independent with an A. Person who relies on another. Wait. Oops. I don't think I selected all of it. Nope. I'll try it again. Yeah, I think that's just a spelling mistake that's been fixed. Okay. Yeah, other than that, there's no other changes. That was an easy one. Not much there. Talking about the actual purports. Yeah, this purport is a continuation on from the one 421, the purport I did yesterday, talking about such a man, talking about the man gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions, only has the bare necessities. Thus working is not affected by sinful reactions. And then the next one, it says, is never entangled, although performing actions. Yeah, so basically it's just talking about the qualities of the person in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Talking about, yeah, it says, therefore he is steady in both success and failure. I find that interesting. Just because you wouldn't expect it to say steady in success and failure, be like, yeah, he's successful. But yeah, if you're steady in both success and failure, it sort of like cancels each other out. You're not really super thinking about it a little bit more as I'm talking. I wonder if it's talking about material success and failure. I think that is what it's talking about. Yeah. So a person who is just performing their duties, as it says, labors honestly, satisfied with whatever is obtained by his honest labor. He's therefore independent. In the previous purport, it said about just going for the bare necessities of life. Let's see what it said. Yeah, acts only for the bare necessities of life. Can I go forward? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it's talking about the bare necessities, labors honestly. So that he's only doing whatever's needed to sort of survive. And so it would be steady in both success and failure. And so I guess there wouldn't be a whole bunch of material successfulness, but there also wouldn't be a whole bunch of material failure. Just doing a small amount. Sorry, something just popped up. Yeah. What else? However, for the service of the Lord, he can participate in any kind of action without being disturbed by the duality of the material world. So yeah, the duality of the material world being heat and cold, misery and happiness. I guess it's talking about, as it says, therefore steady in both success and failure. There wouldn't be a sort of duality in misery or happiness. It would be sort of a steadiness in misery and happiness. Yeah. Then it's an interesting purport. I don't Not to say that I don't like it, but I like the previous purport a little bit better. um, yeah. What else does it say? It was talking about independent in his livelihood. Uh, yeah, not relying on borrowing, begs or nor borrows. Uh, yeah, I guess. The going a little bit out there, but I saw a video on scammers in India. It's in let me think. It's specific city. It is no, I'm not gonna remember it. But anyway, basically it's like religious scammers. They'll be posing as brahmanas or yeah, renunciates, and they'll be on the street, asking for money for food or asking for food, and they'll follow you around saying, I'm this religious person. Can you please, give me money or food or whatever? And that's basically begging. That's what they do, and they'll pretend to be that sort of person. But then I remember in the video that it said that the real, Brahmanas, the real renunciates, they will not ask for they will not beg, they will not ask for money or food. They will sit there, and people will go up to them and provide what they need. Um yeah, and so if there's a person coming up to you saying that they're renunciate, um, they're probably not. Yeah, if they're saying that they're renunciate and asking for stuff, they're probably not. Um, but yeah, that goes back into the purport. Uh, he's satisfied with whatever is obtained by his honest labor, and so the honest labor that they're doing is um not really materialistic labor. It's more of a spiritual thing. Um, yeah, being a brahmana and basically relying on other people to sustain yourself. Um, yeah, I'm not sure because it says therefore independent in his livelihood. Uh, would it be independent? I guess you could say it's independent, or no, it would be dependent on other people, but he's not asking. Interesting. That's a interesting thought. Anyway, what else? Krishna conscious person does not make much endeavor to maintain his body. You know, a whole lot of people take a whole bunch of drugs and do a whole bunch of like surgeries to make themselves look better. Um, sort of cheat the system. um, instead of doing the work required to gain that sort of in like bodybuilding. People will take steroids to get bigger instead of doing the um actions needed to get to whatever size that they want to be at. And then even though you might get to a certain size, I think there's a limit to how far you can go without getting extra testosterone from steroids and stuff. So just being satisfied with what you can obtain on your own. That's a contemporary application right there. Whew. Yeah, being able to um work and obtain it on your own instead of doing these taking these things that will do it for you. And yeah, that doing that sort of stuff will bring the duality of the material world. There'll be the misery and the happiness. Taking that sort of stuff will make you happy. It's like, damn, look how big I am. But then there'll be the misery required. It costs money. Gotta keep doing it. It has like effects on your health, all that sort of stuff. Versus someone who did all of the effort to get to that shape. Without that, they're probably happy. They would be steady in both success and failure. They might be successful in it, or they might fail at it, but they'll still be happy. They'll be steady. There we go. I like that. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Sort of a short purport, short verse. Going back to the actual verse itself to finish us off. Yadṛcchā-lābha-santuṣṭo dvandvātīto vimatsaraḥ samaḥ siddhāv asiddhau cha kṛtvāpi na nibadhyate. Ooh, I think I did that pretty well. He was satisfied with gain, which comes from his own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy, who is steady in both success and failure, is never entangled, although performing actions. Yeah. Thank you. See the face. Yeah, thank you guys for watching live. If you're watching live, if you're watching afterwards, thank you also. If you like any of the content that we do here, give it a like, share it around, tag your friends. I'll be back next week to do some more Bhagavad-gita verses. Let me do a little bit of no. I'm just saying if we'll be in chapter 5. They're a little bit more. Oh, got a comment from Bhakta Rawi. Haribol. We're living in this world when people are taking drugs or going through personal journeys. This is Maya. Haribol. Indeed. Yeah, thank you guys for being around. And yeah, I'll be back next week to do some more Bhagavad-gita classes. I think it's like 4. We'll still be in chapter 4. Chapter 5 is exciting. But yeah, Param Vijayate Shri Kṛṣṇa saying Kirtanam, total world victory of Hare Kṛṣṇa. Haribol.